Hello, in this video I will tell you how you can debug TypeScript code. I've got a sample application over here and this is a very simple calculator application. Just to show you demo, I've got two input fields and it has two actions. So I can either add and I can subtract these two numbers. Just to give you technical overview, this is a web application and it is based off ASP.NET MVC framework, but your web application can be based off any framework. I basically have this form and it is using Bootstrap, and at the bottom of this view you can see two script files, calculator.js and app.js. First I will show you calculator.ts file. This is a simple class named calculator and it has got two methods, add and subtract. An app.ts file basically uses calculator class in order to perform addition and subtraction of the provided values given in the input. If I open my scripts app folder, I've got this tsconfig.json file, which TypeScript compiler, which is tsc.exe application, basically looks to compile your TypeScript code to JavaScript. Here you will find a property named as source map. Now this is basically responsible for creating .map files and this is marked as true. Now at the moment I'm using Visual Studio, so if you are using any other task runner such as Grunt, Gulp or even Node plugins, then this will work for you as well. So what happens is whenever you compile your TypeScript, a corresponding JavaScript file is created as well as a .map file is also created. Now if I open the DevTools in my browser and go to the sources, scripts, app, if I open the calculator.js file and try to put a breakpoint over here, you can see that Chrome is smart enough to actually put a breakpoint on add method, even if I put my breakpoint on JS file. So this is really easy. I can actually debug my TypeScript code within the web browser. So the inputs are already available. If I click on add, the execution hits the breakpoint in calculator.ts file, and it's really easy for me to debug my TypeScript application instead of the JavaScript, because the JavaScript code that you see is quite simple enough because calculator is such a simple class, but this can get very complex depending on what type of code you write in your TypeScript file. Okay, so as you can see, I can debug my code and it's really easy. You can use shortcut keys like F8 to resume, F10 for the step over. If you want to step in, you can use F11 and Shift F11 to step out. You can also deactivate the breakpoints and you can pause your execution when any exception is encountered, and you can also capture async stack traces from here. I will let this one go and click on subtract. I can debug my application so easily. If I go back to the calculator.js file, you will see that a comment is present over here which notifies the browser that for this JavaScript file, the source mapping URL is located in the same directory and the file name is calculator.js.map. I will go back to my Visual Studio, open this app folder. Now here you can see app.ts and calculator.ts, and both of these files have corresponding JS files as well as the .js.map files. So if I open calculator.js.map file in Notepad, you can see this is a file that gives the information that browser needs to actually debug your TypeScript code, which is not that much readable, but it's readable by the browser. So this sums up my video. Hope it explains how you can debug your TypeScript application. The only thing that you need is this flag in your config file, which is source map, and set it to true. If it is false, .map files will not be generated by the compiler and you will not be able to debug your application in TS file in the browser itself. If you have learned anything from my video, please like it and subscribe to my channel if you would like to learn more about similar concepts. See you later.